Hi there. Um, the last video we mentioned floating vertically. So when we are floating vertically, usually the water line is below our nose, and if you want to breathe, you have to lift up your head, arch up your chin, and you get air. But it's quite uncomfortable. You don't want to be getting a stiff neck afterwards. So another way of uh, getting air without using too much energy is to get your body to bob up and down the water like this. Simple harmonic motion. Just imagine, something going round and round and round, and then you are looking at it from the side, from the side. So you see the thing going up, and it's going down, and it stops there for a while and going up. That's the kind of motion you would have if you created that kind of movement vertically when you're floating vertically in the water. And this kind of technique really helps to lift your head, your nose, and your possibly mouth out of the water to get a very comfortable lung full of air without coming up just for a split second and then and then trickle breathing. Just a little bit coming out. It's very slender kind of breathing coming out from the nose when you're swimming freestyle, because you don't want to let go all the air in the lungs. Your legs will sink. So you do trickle breathing, and it trickles out from the nose just a little bit, little small bubbles. Like what you see fishes doing. When they come to the surface, they go down, and then you see some bubbles leaving their gills or something like that. Okay, so we want to make use of momentum. When you are moving already, it means you're obviously having the most momentum at the center of the travel. That means between up and down, highest point and lowest point. That's where you're moving the fastest, and where you momentarily come to a standstill, or just a split second where you just at the turning point before you stop going up and start going down. That's where you are momentarily just still, stationary, perfectly. Just like you toss a ball up into the air, it goes up, it slows down because of gravity, maybe air resistance, and when it reaches the highest point of its travel upwards, it will come to a stop. Just stay there, like boom, jumping up a trampoline, and then the same thing happens to you. And after that, gravity takes effect and it pulls the ball down. So the same thing happens in water. So in water, we make use of this. We got to make use of this. And how? Okay, very simple. You are floating, and your nose is below the water. So maybe let yourself sink a little bit if you want. Let go of some air, get yourself moving, and then use your hands and pull yourself at the when you reach the bottom, and then of the travel. Okay, you not going to let go so much air that you're going to go sinking right to the bottom of the pool. So you just let go some air, you go lower. As you go lower, you have started moving. So when you start moving, that's good. You have momentum. So you're going to go down to the next point of equilibrium. So you will just go lower. From here maybe you'll go down to somewhere here. But you're not going to sink. If you just let go slowly, you'll be somewhere here. So now you're going to let go fast, a little bit fast, but just a bit, and you will sink. When you sink, you start moving, and when you're moving, it's going to have momentum. That means if you're supposed to be here at the bottom of the travel, if you had done it very slowly, now it's going to go beyond because you let it go quite fast. Yeah? So you have momentum and then it's going faster. It's going beyond the point of equilibrium. So at the bottom, when you are still having a lot of buoyancy in the lungs and everything, you overshoot the theoretical bottom of the travel, or the trough of the travel, or the wave, and you create what is known as potential energy to shoot up. You have more potential to no, you call it maybe spring potential energy, but in a without the spring. Buoyancy is a spring, so it's going to push you up. Now that spring will really push you up, and when you feel the spring pushing you up, and water is already like like you take a float, you put it underwater, you push it underwater with force, and let go. What happens? It starts floating up. So in the beginning, it's going to be at that theoretical point of stillness at the bottom. When there's no velocity, it is not moving. But after you let go, it starts to pick up speed. That's good because it's also gathering momentum. So same with your body. When you're at the bottom of this travel, you have a lot of buoyancy already. I mean, you have enough buoyancy to qualify to be up to here when you bob to the surface, but you're now a little bit deeper in water, maybe like 1 foot below the surface of the water, and you are now shooting upwards with momentum behind you. What's going to happen? Good things will happen. You can't rely on this to bring yourself up like this. So what you do is, when you know you are shooting up already, you add to the momentum. You just give it a little bit of a help. Just use 2 hands or 1 hand. 2 hands is better, more balance. And you just go like this. Don't even have to go like this. You have to go like this. And with the momentum and the assistance from your hand, you come up nicely to somewhere here. Very easy to breathe. And you're going to stay there for quite some time too, because at the top of the travel, remember, simple harmonic motion is going to dwell, at this part quite a bit. So there will be time for you to breathe, really ample time for you to breathe. It stays up there before it goes down again, see? So, and this is so effortless, I mean, after you know this, you don't want to trade water anymore. No more, like egg beater, no more, no more nothing, you just stand straight in the water, and you just bob up and down like this. A little bit of hand movements, nothing, just so easy, and this is how you really survive. If you really want to stay alive for a long period of time, and you don't know how to float on your back, or you're not comfortable floating on your back, you want to float vertically to see what's going around. You want to, how to say, you want to pivot around or rotate your view. Then this is very good. Then you can see rescue ships coming, from that side or this side. No problem. Very easy. Okay. Cheers. Thanks for listening.